Hello, everybody. We've never done an intro like this on the podcast, but I'm just going to try it out and see how it goes. This episode was so much fun. It was a special 420 episode. Happy 420. It came out on 420, which is today. Today's 420. First off, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, if you're watching on YouTube, either way, Corey and I appreciate you and thank you. The biggest thing that we're looking for right now is just feedback from you guys. You know, let us know what you think about the episodes. If you guys are following along with the books or the movies or whatever, and just kind of, we really like to see you guys get involved and just get a community going here. So if you really enjoy it and you want to be part of the community, check out our Instagram. We have a Mind Control Podcast Instagram. That's the username, Mind Control Podcast. We're on there posting all the time. We tease episodes, we do little sneak peeks of stuff. So we also have mindcontrol484@gmail.com if you guys want to email the podcast directly. Like I said, this was a fun episode, 420 special episode on Up in Smoke. Really, really interesting watching this movie over again. We both had very different memories of the movie, I guess what you would say, and it's complicated. It's a very fun movie, but it has its faults. I guess I should have just said that. But overall, Cheech and Chong as human beings and as as icons, we absolutely bow down and show respect and love the culture behind them. So we get into it all. We get super stoned for the first time in an episode, and I'm already probably talking too much. Hope you guys enjoy. And this is the episode of Mind Control, I believe episode 23, where we check out the amazing movie Up in Smoke. Hello, everybody. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Corey.
Every week we discuss and review a new book, movie, album, TV show, or honestly any piece of art or culture that ourselves and you guys choose. This is Mind Control. So there was these people who were being kidnapped and mind controlled.
Exactly, dude. And I can totally see how that happened. Because, imagine if you were just given acid or just drugs like that are so disorienting for hours and hours on end and never being able to come down and not feeling safe and having somebody tell you things and accuse you of things, Yeah.
Mind control. That's how we do it, baby. GG's. Mind control.
On today's episode of Mind Control, we celebrate 420 with a special episode dedicated to Cheech and Chong's 1978 film, Up in Smoke. Up in Smoke was released on September 15th, 1978, and was written by the comedy duo Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong. The film was directed by Lou Adler as well as Tommy Chong, who was uncredited as director, but would later go on to direct the follow-up films, Cheech and Chong's next movie, The Corsican Brothers, Still Smoking, and many others. Up in Smoke stars Cheech Marin as Pedro and Tommy Chong as Man, two stoners who are also aspiring rock stars that end up on a wild adventure, eventually leading them to smuggling a van made entirely of marijuana from Mexico to LA, all while being pursued by Sgt Stedenko, played by Stacy Keach. Cheech and Chong became a famous comedy duo in the 1970s and 1980s with their Grammy Award-winning comedy albums, as well as their stand-up routines and their many films that followed. Cheech Marin was born on July 13, 1946 in South Los Angeles, California, and Tommy Chong was born on May 24, 1938 in Edmonton, Canada. The duo first met in 1968, where they began doing their comedy routines in a strip club that Tommy Chong's family owned in a shady part of Vancouver. The rest is a hazy history. This is Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. And it said, app is trying to use your webcam, trust it. And I just kept exiting it. That's why I was doing it. And then right now I was like, oh shit. So that's a good start to the episode.
Fucking stoner, bro. I'm probably gonna be coughing a lot. You probably too, huh? You cough a lot when you smoke?
Shit. Yeah, we should do a cough warning.
Yeah, that's what
I don't smoke a lot. I don't smoke a lot. I don't cough a lot, but
is that a joint?
No. Yeah, I might. Hey, your mouth's a little laggy. Is mine as well?
No, probably just on your end. Hello.
Okay, cool. I mean, I can hear you. It's just like a little laggy.
Let me try to disconnect and reconnect, see if that helps.
Get closer.
How's this? Hello.
Those bars. Those bars really hitting, bro. You know what? I don't even have a lighter by me. Hold up.
Oh, I got a dick shot right there, bro. Holy shit. I saw the whole thing.
It's a good episode, then. That's how you know it's a good one.
Dick shots.
Oh man, the lighter was fucking under me, so now I got 2 lighters. That reminds me of Stanley. He's like, I bought them a toaster, and then they returned it, and now I got 2 toasters.
Now I got 2 toasters. Oh, shit.
But hey, so this movie, Up in Smoke, like, okay, so I guess I've never seen it all, Like, I've seen pieces of it and definitely heard pieces of it. And there was that line, and I was cracking up because then it made me think of your song. It's in your song, I never smoked no dope like this before, And, but there were parts that were like really fucking funny for sure. The movie was just so wild, but I feel like a lot of stoner movies are like that in the past. I feel like it's only newer now that they kind of have more storyline, because like you look at Half Baked, like a lot of them are kind of like that.
What would be a good stoner movie? I was trying to think about it. Like, what is
honestly this one is good. I just feel like it's like
it has its.
I feel like it's and it was like good for its time for sure. And like the first kind of like one of the first films to be like this. Like so open with drugs and everything.
From what I read, it was like the first stoner film.
And it had really good reviews. Like even critics gave it good reviews at the time. I feel like it's just like it's just like it's a different time. But it was still good. It had its moments. And they're both really funny. And I think Tommy Chong is he's my favorite. But I like Cheech a lot too.
Yeah,
but Chong's
I gotta show this.
What? Oh, nice! Oh, that shit's dope. Yeah. That's actually really cool. Nice.
I literally bought this for the episode.
Oh, nice. That's dedication. I know. I was thinking about going to buy Peep's album for the next episode just because. Oh, I mean, I kind of like it now, though. Actually, so
did you see they released Swimming in Circles combined vinyl?
Yeah, I almost bought it, but it was like $100, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend $100. I was like, it's cool. I was like, but I could buy both albums separately for cheaper. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So yeah, but it looks dope though. I seen it at like the box set at Rhino, and I was like, I almost bought it, but then I was like, nah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I should have. But what were you asking me for? Like, what's a good?
What are good weed movies? Like, what would you consider like a good quality stoner flick?
Okay, so I was I wasn't thinking about it, but because I've been you seen all the pictures and shit posting it, I've been trying to think, I've been looking at movies where people are smoking weed, and a lot of movies popped up that I didn't consider stoner films, and then I thought about it, and like Friday, dude, Friday is totally a weed movie, and dude, I think if we're if we're gonna count that, I feel like Friday tops it. Friday's great, it's not corny. It's like it holds up still. It's fucking even funnier now, I feel like, than it was when I saw it when I was younger, And when I was doing these films, I realized I was like, man, Friday might be one of the best ones, but I don't feel like it's even considered that because it's also such a good movie, separately than that. So it's not really a stoner movie either,
Exactly.
Like a stoner movie. Yeah.
I feel like when a smoking weed stoner movie is really, really good, it takes itself out of that category, just like you said, like Friday did. You know what I'm saying? So it's I think stoner films have this this silly non-serious way you have to approach them, and if you don't, then it's really easy to point out the fucking bullshit of it. I feel like there's not even really that many stoner movies that depict marijuana consistently or legitimately. It's always even in Up in Smoke when they there's in the part at the end when they're in the fucking club and the smoke starts coming in, and then it cuts to just a bunch of cheeseburgers on platters and shit. They did that multiple times throughout the movie, cliche jokes about weed. And I thought about it, I don't know if there's any really that I could think of that even portray how it is to be a smoking weed or to smoke weed or to be a stoner, like realistically.
See, I feel like movies do it better now. But like that, not when they're, like you said, it's not when they're in that stoner movie category though. Like when they are, they tend to exaggerate it for the funniness. But like, because like, have you seen I don't know why this is what pops into my head, but have you seen The King of Staten Island, like the movie with Pete Davidson?
I've heard about it with Bill Burr.
Yeah, it's a really fucking.
I heard about.
Movie,
I heard it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Like it's kind of sad too. It's good, but like a lot of the movie, he's smoking weed in it, and like, but like it doesn't really ever change his character. And I feel like movies do that sometimes, but it's never like the emphasis isn't on the weed. And I like when they do that because I feel like that's more normal, especially if you're like a heavy smoker. Like, I mean, unless you're like fucking taking dab after dab and you're dead. Like if you're a heavy smoker and you smoke a joint, like we can still have a regular conversation without sounding completely stupid, and it's like movies tend to exaggerate that. But I was reading because after I watched it, I was like, I was kind of like, I don't know, like there were parts I really liked, and then there were some parts I was like, oh man, this is kind of a dumb movie, But I was trying to get over that because of like, what it was. And then when I was reading about it after, and it made more sense, like, and it was all very like based off of their comedy routines, and then it was very like hyper realistic, like with the big joint.
Yeah, sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I'm gonna.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm talking a lot.
Am I gonna? I was gonna say, am I gonna interrupt you again? I lost my thought. We were talking.
You were asking if I had heard any of their comedy albums.
Yeah.
Right?
So, have you ever seen them actually do stand up or do their bits like on stage?
I've never seen them do it on stage, but I've heard it before because they have like the albums. So I've heard a couple of them. Yeah. Dude. And I know some of the things in the movie are based off of like their stand-up,
So there's there was because for like a few months I was super into Cheech and Chong, like super into them. I think I watched every single movie, but towards the later movies I kind of started falling off because so did they. Yeah. But there were some, like there's one where they go and like to another country and it's like, it kind of reminds me of like slapstick Three Stooges kind of shit. Like even Up in Smoke, a lot of it kind of does. Like it's humor from fucking half a century ago almost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could see why it was funny then, but I think that the humor in this movie doesn't. I would say it doesn't really hold up. What does hold up is their portrayal of the characters, like their performance and the comedy bits that they do. So I got off on a tangent, but I brought up the stand up because a few years after, during the time when I was really getting into Cheech and Chong, I feel like they released, or maybe it wasn't, they had just released it, but maybe I watched it. Either way, it was a movie of them doing the stand-up on the stage. And the beginning part, the entire beginning of the Up in Smoke, when they're in the car and he's like, it's Labrador, that entire part, from the part where he says his name's Ralph, man, to the beginning, they do it all on stage. And it works. Yeah. I wouldn't say it works better. I think that part of Up in Smoke, when they're in the car, that right there is the movie to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It is. It is. No. I feel you, and I know what you're saying because when I read about it, they were saying like that big joint that he has rolled, like that was always part of their comedy routine. Like the
word for word, that how they do it in the movie is exactly how they do it on stage, and it comes off so much. No, it doesn't come off funnier, but it's like I see why they were as big as they were back then because they did like comedy for like 6 to 8 years before this movie even came out. So that's super interesting. Like I didn't know that.
They met in 1968 and they started doing it at Tommy Chong's family owned a strip club in Vancouver and that's where they started out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's in the intro. I'll put it in the intro.
Okay. Yeah. I have a bunch of notes too. Like actually just screenshots from Wikipedia. You see this?
Yeah, I saw that pop up. I thought it was 3D. Yeah.
I got a bunch of screenshots from Wikipedia in case like we want to get into more history and stuff like that.
I'm down after. I wanted to say something about the car scene though. Because I think that is like the fucking like that was the best part. And what else you said too was good too because that's how I felt. Like since I never had really seen the whole thing when I watched it by myself when I was just smoking and I was like like I felt like the movie itself was dumb, but like you said, I feel like the one thing that does hold up is like their characters. Like their two characters are really good characters. The story and plot line were like kind of so ridiculous that it was kind of bad. Well, but like them too, like they're obviously, and I mean that's how it's supposed to be. They make the movie like they're they're the two entertaining parts. Like the cop, like I can't really stand him, you know, like everybody else. But like them two they're fucking funny. And I feel like you said, how they're from the comedy skits. Like this movie would work really well as like a Chappelle show type like sketches, you know, a bunch of sketches instead of like trying to put it together as a movie, you know. Exactly. It would have been perfect as a bunch of sketches. You know?
Did I write that out to you, or did I write that down? It's like it feels like a bunch of really funny YouTube videos that they tried to string together and did a poor job of doing that. Like but just to add on how funny their performances were, and or why I think it even works, Cheech and Chong specifically, I think that it's such a weird like dichotomy. I've been wanting to use that word for a long time, but the dichotomy of this cholo stoner and this white hippie dude who doesn't give a fuck about anything, and the way that they just they don't get in each other's way at all because they're so different, but it meshes together so well. It's like it's just fits perfectly, and it's like those characters and that kind of a dichotomy, I think could live on for a long time. I think that Cheech and Chong is bigger than. It's like, I don't know. Those characters are just real. They work very well together.
No, dude, it is way bigger than like, because dude, it's still very present. Like, even though, like, even if you haven't seen the movie, like me, like I guess I hadn't really ever seen it. Everybody knows who Cheech and Chong is, you know, like even younger kids, because like it's in rap, it's in, you know, they're iconic, dude, and like they do play off each other because Cheech is very like up and like louder, and you know, like Tommy Chong is just like
Jay and Silent Bob kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Dude,
wow. Let me think of that.
I have a bunch of fucking notes on one little note card, and I don't know.
So do I. Like a loser. I feel like Eminem.
You got scribbles and shit.
Oh, another dick shot. Let's go. Bringing it in.
What do you mean?
Dick shot.
How? I didn't even say.
Oh, that. it's because I think your camera had to have moved. Or your laptop must have moved.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, okay.
My bad. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, cool. I found them. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. God damn it. Look at all these note cards I got. But whatever. It don't even matter. I just have like shit written down from it.
Yeah. Well, just to go on that, it's like they are definitely bigger than Up in Smoke. You know, they're even bigger than their own movies. They're like a cultural statement. It's kind of just like a rebellious way of saying you smoke weed, but you're funny. You want to have fun. That's what Cheech and Chong is. And it's weird because I was thinking about it, like, you know, when you mentioned that you didn't, you know, it wasn't you said it wasn't your favorite, and I like, okay, so I try to think as to why I enjoyed it so much when I hadn't seen it in a while. But like, I think that what it was is just like, I was almost, Cheech and Chong was so big and so popular that it was almost like you were forced to enjoy it. Or like but like, I feel like maybe not forced. That's a bad word. But maybe like you were like, you would never have thought that the movie wouldn't be good because of growing up hearing about Cheech and Chong and stuff like that, and being young and smoking weed. It was like such a strong culturally significant thing that it was like, at the time, I feel like as a kid, it would be hard for anybody to not say they liked Cheech and Chong or like the movie even.
I feel like, though, it has to do with like what you said, because even though I hadn't really seen it, like I was kind of like all into them, like, you know, like I said, I had heard shit from them. I guess I'd never seen this movie, but like, you know, I feel like when you first start smoking weed, it almost is like that. It's like a rite of passage. It's like you got to get into Cheech and Chong a little bit. Like, I guess I just never got super fully into it, but like it is. It's like it's very synonymous with weed now, you know, and like it always will be, which is really cool. And no, dude, there were funny. The movie was funny, but like you said, it was funny just them. Like I could have done without all the skits. Yeah. Like I would have much rather have just watched this, like you said, on them on stage doing a comedy skit. Yeah. Like it would have been 10 times better without all the other shit because they were funny, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's also like, I wonder how much of Cheech and Chong is like a cultural thing, not even just a weed thing, but Mexican thing. Because there's a lot of Mexican jokes in this movie. And I remember growing up in Barstow, like my dad didn't smoke weed. I fucking grew up as a church boy, you know? But I'd always hear about Cheech and Chong, and my dad would still let me watch it, even as a kid. So I remember watching it as a little boy and like just always like thinking they were funny without even questioning it. And then and I bring that up because it makes me think again about how I've always bring up what is opinion, what is a true opinion. But you know what I've learned, I think, in the last few weeks is that what I'm asking is not what is opinion or if we can have a true opinion. It's what is I lost the word. What is God damn it, like not what when you can make your own decisions with your life. What is the ability to fucking shit, dude?
Freedom? I don't know.
No, it's like in the sense of like your of the world, like the universe, like everything. Like it's what is free will? What is free will? Do we truly have free will as human beings? And how much of what we live is predetermined? And how much of who we are, what we like is based on things that happened when we were children, and is there some sort of action? So there is a psychological, I'm sure you know, like discussion on free will, if we truly have free will as human beings.
Yeah,
and I think that's the question I'm asking.
I think we have free will in the sense of like certain ideas and shit, but no, like I don't think. I mean, not even talking about like what shapes you as a kid, but like there are people who say like that it's obvious we don't have free will, because if it came down to it and you were like you were starving or something, like one of your basic needs was taken away, you don't have free will anymore, because you're literally a slave to that need. You need to eat. You're going to go and try to eat before you die. You're going to try to save your own life. You're going to try to like go get water if you're out of water, like, and that becomes your supreme need. But I mean, I don't really agree with that, because it has nothing to do with normal life, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, cause like, you know, like most people, especially today, you don't live. Well, I wouldn't say that, I guess. Cause if you live in other countries, like, you know, I guess you don't have. I was going to say most people don't need to worry about these things, but I was like, that's a fucking first world thought, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no, I just get off topic.
No, that's the topic I would bring up. It's just that like this movie in particular, you know, really made me wonder, like, damn, because I watched it again and I read some reviews on it and I realized, oh, it wasn't like, you okay? It really wasn't what I remembered it being, I guess. And I see the point.
You were younger though, and you liked it. Okay, so a perfect example of this is I don't know if I told you, but so you remember The Mask, right, with Jim Carrey?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I fucking love that movie. One of my favorites back in the day. Mm-hmm. Okay, so very recently, maybe a couple months ago, we were telling Paul about it, and I was like, "Bro, you never seen?"
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just don't want to fucking be smoking with her in the background like that. It just looks.
No, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. So you were watching The Mask with Paul.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I never seen it. I was like, oh, let's watch it, because I was like, fucking, like, from my memory of it, I was like, oh, this movie is amazing. You're gonna fucking love it, you know? Yeah. And we were watching it, and like I could tell he wasn't that into it. And then halfway through, like, I was like, man, this movie's. And like part of me though didn't like that I felt that way. I felt like, no, I should like this. I'm just being like pretentious because I remember I loved it. Mm-hmm. But the more I watched, the more I was like, you know, like, yeah, like there are parts I still really like, and like it is a cool movie, but it's not what I remembered it, you know? Like I feel like it could be like that with Cheech and Chong. Like it's still like it's still something to you, but it's just not what it was when you were that age or at that point in your life. Like, you know, and like that's how it was with The Mask. And like I honestly ended up, I'm not gonna lie, I ended up turning off The Mask before the end. I was kind of bored. I was like, fuck. It kind of made me sad though. I was like, shit.
You know, one thing
I should like this.
One thing about the movie, like I feel and maybe were you building it up to him maybe, and like, hey, you're gonna love this, and that could affect it too.
And I told him like a couple days before, so I was like excited to watch.
Oh no, that kills it. Nope.
Exactly.
That makes him be like, fuck this movie. Instantly from the beginning. Trust me, I do it with the girls all the time. It's so fucking weird. And then Monica fucking puts on, she's like, we're going to watch Edward Scissorhands and the girls are going to love it. I'm like, no, they're not. I'm like, what? No, they're not. They watched the whole thing. Mila started crying. That was the first time she cried in a movie, bro.
Bro, hey, the kids, you have daughters too. They're probably older already. They like the older shit. They want that good shit.
I'm like, okay.
They want that Johnny Depp.
Dude, we should do an episode on The Notebook. Have you ever seen that?
Bro.
That would be good, no?
Who hasn't seen The Notebook, bro? The Notebook's amazing. If you're a bird, I'm a bird, bro.
Movie. I love that fucking movie, bro. That shit makes me tear up.
Yeah, if you're a bird, I'm a bird.
Shit. So this Cheech and Chong or Up in Smoke was originally titled The Adventures of Pedro and Man. Just thought I'd throw that in, pretty cool.
Nice.
Did you notice that there was no dialogue for the intro to either one of them in the movie? Like they didn't speak during their intros at all until they got in the car. So you get to know them and they don't speak
in
at
the
all.
car.
Yeah. So like you see Pedro get up with his family or whatever.
Yeah, and then he washes the car,
and then he washes the car,
goes,
and then
we see Tommy. He leaves his parents' house and he climbs up that fucking thing. Yeah,
and they don't. Either one says anything in their introduction, which I thought was really interesting.
I didn't notice that. You know, that's cool. I do like the intro. I love the intro when he's washing the car. You know,
that's cool.
It's just like kind of an iconic scene. You know, it's just like even I felt like I've seen it like. I don't know. I feel like it comes from that. Like maybe this is where I've seen it, you know. But it's just like cool, like with the song, everything. Yeah, it's just dope. Like I did like parts of it a lot, you know, and then other parts of it.
You know what was so weird is that I felt like it was the directing was actually not bad, but there was parts where it was really good. I liked a lot of the shots and things that happened.
Do you know about the directing? So Lou Adler directed this one, but Tommy Chong also directed some of it, but he's not credited because he kind of just was like, I think stepped in, but then after after Lou Adler never did anymore. I forgot something happened exactly, but then Tommy Chong took over and everything after Up in Smoke is all directed by Tommy Chong.
I didn't know that.
One was, so I think they didn't like the.
You didn't mean you weren't talking. Up in Smoke is directed completely by Lou Adler, right?
Yeah, well, so it says Lou Adler, but from when I looked it up, it says that Tommy Chong did like help out and like I mean that's what it says on IMDb and shit, you know. It says that he's just not credited, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then he did take over after, and I don't think I don't think they liked I don't know if they didn't like the direction of this movie, but yeah.
I think I read something about that they that for the second film that there was like a lot of debate on like the directing and stuff like that and who had control and back and forth and stuff like that, but but either I did think that I don't necessarily think the directing was the poor. There was something missing. I don't know what the fuck it was. The directing was good. I thought the writing was okay. The plot, the way they put the plot together was trash. I don't know what the fuck what that would be. Whose job is that? Like, is that what just basic plot like that sucked about it, or was it? I mean, I thought it was. No, it was like
there was like it bounced back and forth. Like it never gave a reason for why they didn't go to jail in the beginning. Yeah. They kind of just didn't go to jail, you know.
True.
And like I was trying to figure out like what happened, and then like when they first got pulled over, the cop gets hit by a car, so then they get to drive, but they never really explained like, oh, the car just came and hit it, and then you know like so there were like parts where it was like, oh, it was just like. It was weird. It was like they were just trying to put it together.
So I put so many good jokes go untold strictly because of either directing or editing. There's so many parts of this movie that are like hilarious that I never even noticed until watching the movie like the fourth or fifth time, because they're like wow, fuck, I knew I should have made the notes. But there's like a bunch of different parts, like you said, with the car, the cop car hitting them, and then they go for free. There's a few different jokes that just never hit right because it just wasn't told correct. It just wasn't like, I don't know, like a lot of the jokes you kind of have to catch on your own. Go ahead.
Actually, you know, I think when I was saying about the why didn't they go to jail, I have this little note. I put, did they go to jail because the judge was drinking vodka? I forgot the judge was drinking. So maybe that's why,
Maybe.
But they don't explicitly say it, And I feel like if you're a stoner, like I wouldn't catch that,
Dude, it goes from them meeting in the car, and then they have this trial which has music playing over it, so you don't even really know what's going on. It's kind of funny,
Yeah,
it
is,
but it's a weird choice. And then after that, they instantly switch over to Cheech and Chong like going to bed and talking about band practice tomorrow, and it's like, and then instantly switches to them getting upset about the uniforms. So it's like the plot moved to like just too irregular to be a good movie. You know what I'm saying? When you're stoned, you don't give a fuck. But because we're doing this podcast, I'm starting to notice that shit. You know what I'm trying to think? I'm thinking that maybe I don't want to choose any movies that I like for this podcast anymore.
I'm doing that. No, dude. Sometimes I think like, fuck. I hope I'm not becoming like pretentious. Like
we
I'm like,
are,
oh man,
bro.
yeah,
we
I know.
are.
I was like, fuck, I don't want to.
It's hard not to, but it's like, well,
but I guess it's not pretentious if you have just boundaries. Just tastes. Not boundaries, but tastes.
It's like you can. What we can do is see the faults in things.
Yeah, but I can see the good in it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see why you'd like it, and I can see especially like Nico and Anthony, and like the kids, when they start smoking, I could see still being into it, it's just like
when they start.
I know.
Motherfucker. Anyways, Tommy Chong. Tommy Chong's dad in the movie, though, that first scene, he is so fucking funny.
Tommy Chong's dad?
Yeah, in the intro part when he's yelling at him, he said, "Son of a bitch." The way he yells is so funny, bro. Oh my God. That was like I put Chong's dad is hilarious. His name is Strother Martin. I wanted to get his name in there. He was fucking funny. Nice. He used to do movies with like, John Wayne and shit. So like,
oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. I know, dude. I didn't. I guess I'm just dumb because this movie came out in '78, but I didn't realize how old they were. Tommy Chong was born in 1938. I was like, oh damn. I was like 1938. I was like, okay, that's cool.
No,
that's cool.
You want to go see him?
They both honestly don't look bad. Like fuck, like for being that old.
I saw an interview with them recently. Yeah, they don't look too bad. They're still doing shows. I was gonna tell you.
Because they kind of like had like a fallout for a while, I was reading about that. Yeah, they said a lot of it had to do with like they thought at least like when Tommy Chong started directing everything, and that like it was kind of like Tommy was kind of trying to direct, and like I read things Tommy said about Cheech, like saying like, oh, like he was kind of going off and doing his thing, so he would like write the scripts and shit, and like I think it became like a a Roger Waters, like a typical band.
Yeah,
shit.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Which just sucked, but that's cool that they're back together. I didn't know they were like back together yet.
They're still doing shows even up to now.
Oh fuck yeah, that's cool then.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, I think they have a show like in a few months. I was gonna say we should go.
Around here?
Yeah, in LA or in California.
Dude, I'd be super down.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was super close to buying tickets a few years ago. Yeah, I will. I forgot. Fuck, what the fuck was I gonna say? What did you just say? I'm high.
Me too. I don't know. Shit. We were talking about
they're old.
Yeah, they're old, but they look good.
Oh, they had a breakup. Yeah. So I thought I didn't get into. I didn't want to like. In the same way, I didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it like too much and like, put it out there. Yeah,
but I do remember. I'll note that I do remember hearing that it had something to do with Tommy Chong's wife, and that there was like something there, and that Cheech and Tommy, something like that.
Rustin and Marty.
Yeah,
oh,
I think so. I don't know why I heard that.
I didn't know it was the Marty and Russ.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, Marty and Russ.
But yeah, so if I don't know that for sure. I probably shouldn't even have said that, but I don't know if I can know. They're gonna hate me.
When I was reading about it, I had read like they were just saying like Tommy did do a lot of the directing and writing, so I think it probably became like you're not doing enough or whatever. I don't know. You never know.
Did you see?
You never know with these things.
Did you see that that they were gonna be the hyenas on The Lion King?
Oh, they weren't though.
No, so
Wait.
Cheech is, but
Okay.
Sid, I think his name is. He's like, that guy was going to be Chong,
Yeah.
but I guess it
why
was.
not?
But I guess they didn't because they were like mad at each other.
Oh,
Yeah, so that never happened. So
that would have been interesting. But I do like that guy. I do like the guy who though slobbers and blabbers.
Yeah,
that's
he's
just kind of funny. Yeah,
for sure. Makes it wild.
Yeah, I don't want to throw any hate at him.
Whoever that was, great acting, the voice acting. But yeah, let's see what else I got here. Chinese eyes. I don't think you can say that nowadays.
I know there's a couple things in the movies that I was like
there's a lot.
Definitely can't say. I like how you said can't say that nowadays. Yeah, there's a lot of shit, dude. Especially women shit. Like I was like, oh damn, like yeah, like with the nuns and shit. I was like, it's kind of weird. Like when the cops were searching them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is.
It's a weird joke. It's a weird joke.
Yeah. I was like, it is a weird joke.
But it was done poorly.
Like, I know. Yeah, that's the problem too. Yeah,
it's not fun. It wasn't even fun. I didn't even notice what was happening when I first watched these movies. I didn't really notice that they were getting felt up and they were liking it. Mm-hmm. Like you don't really notice that kind of shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like I don't know if it's just because I watched it when I was younger or because I wasn't good at watching movies. Like I think even you get better
honestly,
at
dude,
watching
a lot
movies.
Yeah, but I mean, like I feel like it's definitely because we're younger, dude. I feel like we notice more now because of the culture we live in, because like I feel like when it was like if you look at shit, like a lot of shit is kind of outdated, like a lot like even if it's not like super outdated, a lot of it's outdated. Mm-hmm. Like so it's weird though. So it's like you got to kind of look at it in the context it was in too, exactly. But it is still fucking weird. Like I was like, oh yeah, that's not funny. Mm-hmm. It's kind of strange, It's
kind of like you're laughing at a lot of the jokes. Like, oh, that's funny. That would have been funny back then. Like, that's kind of what I found myself doing. But I think it's definitely worth noting that like in sports, in martial arts, whatever. There's this saying that we stand on the shoulders of gods, and it's like because of the work and the art or whatever that's been done in the past, we are where we are now. I guess there wouldn't be a Conor McGregor or there wouldn't be fucking John Jones, great UFC fighters if there wasn't for Bruce Lee. Even though Bruce Lee wasn't like he was more philosophy than fighting.
Should have dropped the cherry on myself. My bad.
Drop the hash. Oh shit. But so it's like it's worth noting that like that has to do with this movie. There wouldn't be a Pineapple Express. I don't know. If there wasn't for Up in Smoke. That's hyperbole, but you know what I'm saying.
No, honestly, dude, I read. I think it was Ice Cube said it because he wrote Friday. That he said that like he originally when he was like writing Friday, he was hoping it would be like held in that same vein as like Cheech and Chong. So like, dude, so many people like fuck with them. So like even yeah, like we were saying, like even though some of the shit is outdated, like I feel like though they've also kind of, it seems like they've changed with the times though. Like that's all you can really do,
Yep.
Like all you can do is change, Yep. You can't fucking make up for old ass jokes,
Have you seen Tommy Chong? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I remember a couple of months ago, or maybe it's like a year or two ago, Eddie Murphy like issued a sort of apology. He didn't say it, but he issued one. I was like, you can't apologize for jokes back in the past. Like comedy really is. I remember Ricky Gervais was saying, I forgot how he said it, but comedy really is like the great like equalizer. Like it makes everything equal because it can make fun of everything. It's not confined. Everything is game because that's how it should be, everything should be like, it should be treated with the same fucking eye, and it's like, it's cool. And I feel like comedy brings a lot of real shit to light,
Oh yeah.
Like you watch old, like Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor and shit. Like, there's a lot of like political shit in it too, in a way that's like, that's just like, it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Comedy's
definitely like going into a time machine, like, when you see things from the past. And like, if you're going to really appreciate it for what it is, there's so much good art out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. There's fucking like, dude, and comedy's like the coolest. Like I feel like I haven't even seen so much of it too. Like I feel like Dado's kind of got me more into it a lot because that fool like watches fucking like he knows all about all these comedians, and I was like, why have I never really been into it? Because every time I watch a comedy special, like as long as it's funny, like I normally enjoy myself. So now I've been watching more, which is cool.
I'm so glad you just brought that up because that's been such a huge thing on my mind lately, like the past few months. Just comedy in general, like how much we have always been comedians. When we hang out with our friends, we're just joking. We don't really have moments where we're not trying to make each other laugh, you know, and we say wild shit and it's funny to us because it's funny to us. And it's like, there's people who don't hang out that way. I'm sure you know that, but like, have you ever hung out with someone and you're trying to joke like you would with us or like your friends, and then you make a joke and they're just like, kind of like off put?
I don't hang out with outsiders. I know what you like. I mean, I don't think I've really hung out with like people like that, but I've been to like places where like, you know, you got to watch your P's and Q's.
Yeah,
like
course,
saying shit like, you know, like, but I guess that's like more work shit though. Like, you know, like where I work, you know, like I'm fucking like,
you're like me though, where you don't.
I hope nobody sees this from work. You know what I mean? Like,
but you're like me in the sense that you don't surround yourself with people you don't fuck with, you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I think we both do that. Like where we're pretty good with.
But I know what you're saying though. Yeah, no, there are people that are like that, or they're very like, because I've talked to people who hang out with people like that are very like judgmental of their own friends, I guess. Yeah, and it's like it's weird. So you almost have to feel like
it's like
put up a front with them, but it's like you shouldn't have to put up a front with your friend. You know,
it's like yeah, for sure that like and I think what it is too is like people's sense of humor is maybe what I'm touching on mostly. Is like some people don't have such a dark, wild sense of humor that we do.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so like it sucks and it's lame and it's like I know that's funny. What I just said is funny, and the fact you're not laughing, you're fucking lame. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like,
I thought
no, not you. No.
That's how you know I'm kind of stoned.
That was an acid face.
I was like, did I miss the joke? I was like, what did he say? Like, why did you call him? I
was like, wait, what? I haven't seen you make a face like that since we've been on acid in the same room. Like, wait, what?
It was like the acid thought. I was like, what did I miss? I was like, I missed it. Why is he making fun of me?
But that's what I'm saying. Like I made pretty wild jokes in front of people, and to just see them be like all shocked and shit. Like shut the fuck up. But to touch on the
watching. Oh no,
I want to keep going on the comedy thing because it's like even more than just noticing that we've always been that way, but also like, it's like I think that we could be good at it, or I think that all of us, me, you, Daniel, Danny. That we could be good at. Maybe not, I don't know about stand-up comedy, but like we are good at making each other laugh. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Sure. And we are like comedians, I would say, like in a sense that when we hang out, we laugh. But so I think that I have been seriously considering trying it out and trying out stand-up. I have so many jokes. I have so many jokes written, and I've been talking to Monica seriously about it. Like, babe, I'm literally like might go to some open mics soon, so I need you to go with me. And so like, we'll see.
Bro, dude, if you ever really do, I would go support you. I'm not gonna lie, I won't stand up and do comedy because I don't think I could. Like, I feel like I feel funny, like you said. Like, I feel like I'm really funny with you guys, but I don't know, dude. That I would have fucking honestly. I buy you drinks all night after, bro. Like, that takes some balls, bro, to get up there. I feel like comedy. Yeah. I've told Frankie this. I've talked to Dado about this too. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree. I feel like comedy has to be the hardest thing to do in entertainment. Like it's harder than getting up there and singing. Yep. Because if you know you can sing, you can sing. If you know you can rap, you can rap. You don't know you can be funny to a certain crowd. There's no way to know. Like if you know you got a singing, maybe the people don't fuck with it, but you know you can sing. And maybe you know you're funny, but it's doesn't different. Matter if the crowd doesn't think that. Comedy is all about the crowd. Like you need to know that crowd. You need to be funny to that crowd. You need to play the room. Yep. It's just that is like. Bro, if you do that, you should do it. That'd be dope as fuck.
I'm really thinking about it, man. I've been talking about it in podcasts.
Like, have you seen the Joker?
Wait,
when he gets up and does the comedy?
Yeah, and isn't nobody laughing at all?
He's laughing, and he has the book, and he's like looking. Twitter of it. That won't be you though.
Look, the way I'm looking at it is that if I did it, I would choke.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, everything you say, every time it's a punchline, I'm gonna be in the back. I won't come in with you. And I'm like,
oh shit. But fucking so yeah, I'm thinking about it seriously. And Like, we'll see. We'll fucking see. It'll, like I said, I know that I would suck. But I don't want this to be about me. Basically, I'm saying that, like, I think that we could legitimately, I don't know. I think it'd be a fun community to get into.
Oh, dude, it seems like the best community. Like, it really does, because it's cool. Like, you see the biggest comedians hanging out with just people, because they literally go to the same small clubs to, like, practice, and it is cool. It just seems like, it does seem like a dope community, dude. Like, it would be cool. I don't know. I don't trust that I'm that funny, you know? Like, I think I'm kind of funny.
Well, it's more than being funny. I think it's like having to stand up and be able to speak to a crowd, not, read a crowd.
Yeah, it's like being a storyteller, you know?
Yeah, but so check this out. I've told stories for a long time. You know, been pretty successful on YouTube telling stories and talking to a camera, which is much different, but still talking. I've also gotten really good at DJing, and I know how to read a crowd and play to a crowd in that sense. And I grew up, being in front of large crowds, doing shit with my dad and at the church, like plays and all that other shit. I have this weird history where I think that if I did do stand up, it would, like, I don't know. I think that there's things there. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like I'm talking about myself. Like, I could do it. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No, bro. I think you should try it, dude.
It'd be fun.
That'd be fucking cool. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. You only live once. Like, fuck, you got to, dude. I've been wanting to do, like, what I want to do. I want to go. I don't want to fucking start talking about me. So either, fuck it. Let's get back to Cheech and Chong. But
hold on, to add real quick, there's this thing called Kill Tony. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's a podcast, but it's more like an internet show. This guy Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redban, they've done like 500 shows already. And basically, what they do is they did it at the Comedy Store for years and years and years. And they have they pull from a bucket where a bunch of people, upcoming comedians, put their name in a bucket. And if they get their name pulled out of the bucket, the comedian comes up and does 60 seconds of stand up. And so
cool.
So they call their name, they come up. And then on top of that, they have a guest. Brian Redban and Tony Hinchcliffe have a guest. So, like, they'll have Joe Rogan come on the stage, and they sit on the stage at a table and watch the guy do stand up. And then when he's done, they like roast him or give him pointers or whatever the fuck they do. But it's fucking so cool, dude. It's like one of the coolest internet shows / podcasts I watch. It is so much fun, man. You should watch it. It's so interesting to see people do it.
Send me the links.
I'll send you the YouTube link. But
I was gonna fucking say shit, I can't, man. See, this is why, like, I don't smoke during the podcast anymore.
This has been wild. This one. I think I said the N-word.
No, you didn't, did you?
What else do I got? Oh, I have a quotation. Let's go to the moon. I love that part. You remember that part when he says that?
Yeah. Is that in the
the car?
No.
He pulls out. He's looking for the joint. He's like, oh no, that's my dick. And then he pulls out the little joint. And he's like, yeah, light that shit up, bro. Let's go to the moon.
I have that written down when he pulls out the first one, and it's like a toothpick, and then after Chong's like, "Oh man, I hope your dick is bigger than this."
Yeah, dude, those shits work. Those jokes work so well.
Delivery works, like they play off of each other good,
It's what's cool too is that when they do their shows, they redo that Up in Smoke joke. They start the show with that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be fucking so. Now I'm thinking about it. That'd be so much fun.
I'd be down to go. I want to go to more shit. We went to see Bill Burr. I think I told you that shit was fucking. I mean, it was a drive-in, so it was kind of weird, dude. And you could tell all the comedians thought it was weird too, because like they were up on the stage and there's all these cars, and like it said not to honk, But then they kind of wanted people to honk because like they couldn't hear people laughing, They're like they kept making jokes about it. Like, but Bill Burr, dude, he was fucking hilarious. Like, I wish it would, dude. I wish it would have been longer, but he was fucking funny. I didn't know about him till recently. I knew about him because he's in the Chappelle Show. So, but I didn't know that I knew about him. And then he's in Breaking Bad. And then Dado showed me that Paper Tiger. I think it is. Have you seen? Oh
yeah, fuck yeah, so funny.
That was the first one I seen, and that shit had me fucking dying.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's good. Like, I like him a lot. Yeah, he's cool.
He talked about it on his podcast that night that you were there. He was like, then I did this drive-in show. And he's like, what did he say?
Oh, I thought you said he talked about me being there.
He said, there was this kid in the front. You look like a great podcaster. Nah.
Yeah, and like he has real potential to be a real good rapper if he just applies himself.
And I think he could do stand-up comedy if he tried.
Damn, I can't believe Bill said that, bro.
You should try it now.
I can't believe Big Whitley said that, bro.
Shit. Nah, but yeah, fucking, I love Bill Burr, dude. He's funny. The drive-in shows, a lot of comedians talk about how like it's weird and that they, they can't hear things, but some of them have gotten used to it. Like Bert Kreischer, Bert Kreischer?
Bert Kreischer. No, I don't think so.
So he's a comedian. He has a podcast with this guy, Tom Segura, and they do a podcast called Two Bears, One Cave.
Segura. Yeah.
But so Bert Kreischer's fucking, bro, he's so funny. He's fucking hilarious. He's a funny guy. He's just parties, drinks all the fucking time. They call him the Machine. He has a stand-up bit about
I do know. Oh, dude, I do know. I've seen the Machine bit.
Okay.
I think Adam showed me. One of them showed me. Yeah. I've seen it before. Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, so he's done drive-in shows and he does them well. He loves them because he gets up, gets drunk, gets wild. It's like perfect vibe for him. But I brought him up because I thought it was interesting. I heard recently that the movie Van Wilder was actually based off his life when he was young, because I guess he was in college for a long time. He just partied all the fucking time. So somebody's like, I guess wrote a movie, or he had a script or something about him, and that they made it and he never even got paid for it or wasn't connected to it, but it was based off his life. Because Time did an article on him saying like the craziest party animal in the USA or some shit. And because of that article, they made Van Wilder the movie. But it's just weird because I've been watching Bert Kreischer for like fucking 2-3 years now, and I had no idea, but it makes so much sense. But it's more interesting if you know Bert Kreischer, I guess, that connection.
That's cool. I love fucking Van Wilder though. Dude, Van Wilder. It's a great fucking movie.
Fuck, I keep popping out.
I should podcast on it. We're gonna, like I said, I keep popping out.
Fucking on Van Wilder? No, who knows? It probably sucks, bro. What would be I'm scared to do old movies.
I know. Shit, dude. What were you gonna say? What
would be a good comedy movie for us to do that we've already seen that we liked in the past? Wedding Crashers?
Wedding Crashers would just be us quoting it though. Dude, like we used to do. That's how we fucking did. I still remember that movie so well, and I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm gonna watch that later, dude. I haven't seen that shit in a long time. Yeah. Dude, we saw that a couple times in the movie theater, didn't we?
I saw it.
I saw it at least more than like 2 or 3 times. So I thought you did too. It was fun.
I did. I've seen it a lot. I don't know if I've seen it in the theater more than once. Probably though. Sounds like us.
Yeah. Dude, so I was thinking it's back to your question in the very beginning of the podcast about stoner movies.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of other good ones that I didn't mention that I wanted to talk about for some reason, because I figured it's a 420 episode. So it doesn't
happy 420, by the way, anyone listening, and to you, sir.
Yeah, happy 420. Yeah, to you. Let me finish this thing. I keep letting it go out. I hit it once and then I just forget about it.
My bad. All right, sorry.
No, you're good. So what I was saying about your first question that I wanted to mention, because I brought up Friday, which I think and like if we're talking in terms of films, it's probably like the best one, because the movie's fucking great. But dude, where's my car? Like, do you remember that shit?
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And I forgot about it until I posted that picture this morning of the dog. Chico smoking. I forgot about it because I'm just looking at movies, and I was like, oh shit, dude, this is a good one. And then there's fucking I don't know if you've seen The Big Lebowski. People love it. I've never actually seen it either, and people love that one. Then there's the one with Sean Penn, The Fast Times,
Ridgemont High. That's a banger.
Yeah, that one's good, and that one's that's a totally stoner film. Fucking
The Breakfast Club. Would The Breakfast Club be?
They do smoke weed in that, but I don't know though, because that's just one part. But that shit is
a good movie.
It's a good part too. Yeah, it's a good part of a good movie.
Yeah.
Yes. But what was I gonna say? There was a fucking
Pineapple Express is really good. Oh yeah, Knocked Up. That makes sense.
Yeah, because Knocked Up, do that whole intro. That shit's dope. And they smoke weed a lot in that movie. I'm trying to think of what else.
Pineapple. I really like Pineapple Express. I don't know how good it would hold up, or how much. I haven't seen it in a few years, but I feel like I remember liking it a lot.
Better now than when I first seen it.
Really?
I actually like it more now that I've seen it multiple times, which is weird. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is cool!" But I was expecting more, and I don't know. The more I've seen it, because I always liked it, it was good, but I guess I thought it was going to be way better. But I don't know. The more I've seen it, the more I'm like, actually, I really like it, and I like how it's not just typical stoner. It's a fucking kind of like an action movie. It's cool, and it's and just the characters, all the characters though are pretty good. Fucking Danny McBride is amazing in that movie,
He's great.
And so James Franco, and everybody's in it fucking great.
Yeah.
So I really like that movie too. I would have been down to do it because, dude, I love that beginning scene with Bill Hader where he's smoking and he's like,
yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. You did that good.
Hey, thanks, bro. I do a real good Bill Hader, I've been told
if you shaved completely, I can see you looking like him, dude.
Bill Hader? I don't know. I can pull it off. Have you ever seen his show on HBO that fucking where he's like an assassin, but he wants to be an actor? And he's like,
oh, Barry.
Barry, yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I've never seen it, but I heard it's good.
Bro, it's good. It's dark. It's really dark. I mean, it's obviously funny too, but I wouldn't even say it's a funny show. It's just more I guess it's more drama because it's kind of sad in a way. He wants to be an actor, but he's been a killer his whole life, so it's hard for him, But it's actually really good, and he's a really fucking good actor, I've seen him in other movies too, serious movies. But I digress from the movies. There's fucking something else. Let me see. I have all these fucking pictures on my
What about Weeds the show?
Weeds is a great show. Yes. I never did I finish it? I don't think I seen the last season. I don't remember. I don't remember what happens at the end. What happens at the end of that show? I'm trying to remember. The last thing I really remember is when her son Strange Botwin kills the guy she's living with.
Yeah.
That he's like the mayor or the president. He's like the president, huh? Of Mexico.
Yeah.
Remember, he's like, is he the president? He is the president. Isn't
something
he?
Like
something.
That. Something big.
I remember
they
take ayahuasca or some shit at that one part too. They take something.
I barely remember.
They take some drug.
Monica watched it.
It was good, dude. It was good. It kind of got crazy at the end. Oh, that's the movie. Oh, dude. Well, two of them. Harold and Kumar. The first one is fucking honestly amazing. And then, dude, I would count I guess it's not a stoner movie, but I guess just Shorty is such a good stoner character from Scary Movie.
Oh, okay.
Shorty.
Yeah.
Dude, because dude, Shorty is I feel like he's a really good, I don't know. He's a good character, you know?
That's true.
And, yeah. So
those are good ones.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're just bringing up old stoner movies.
Oh, I want to see. Have you ever seen it? It just came out actually last year. It's called The Beach Bum. I should have done it.
I came across that recently. Is that?
It's with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, that's what it was. You talked to me about it. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, and I think it's him and Snoop Dogg. I posted a picture of it. Yeah, but he's I don't know what it's exactly about, but I know he's like a stoner, and it's by Harmony Korine, who I don't know if you ever seen Spring Breakers, or he's done some other weird movies like Gummo. Yeah, Spring Breakers is honestly really I like that movie fucking a lot.
I think since we watched it back in the day and we were saying it all the time. How many movies did we fucking just say to each other as a part of our dialogue?
Dude, 13 was a big one. No bra. Okay. Dude, fucking me and Frankie still always say shit like that, like when we're with her sister, somebody was like, "Oh, hey boys, my friend wants to suck your dick."
I said that to Monica recently. No bras, no panties. Yeah.
It's weird that we would quote that movie because that movie's really depressing.
Maybe it's supposed to have the place where we were in life,
Yeah, dude, I fucking loved it. I feel like we saw it so many times. I watched that movie way more than I should have. I don't know why. Dude, it was great.
You know, a wild thought that went through my head was I kind of find it interesting when we challenge ourselves to do things that we wouldn't normally do on the show, on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I think we like certain things we choose sometimes are a little like different. Like the fucking Silent War, whatever the fuck thing was different, something like that. But I was thinking of like what would be interesting, something that we both like, but totally different than like a movie or a book or like what would it be? And I was like, what if we did an entire episode on the Girls Gone Wild franchise?
You know what? We'd have to do a deep dive.
I'd just be watching it like, babe, it's for the podcast.
Babe, for the podcast.
Taking notes.
I don't know why Corey picked this.
He's sick, babe.
Can you close the door on your way out?
Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh fuck, dude! I bruised my rib too recently.
What do you mean?
I fucked out
in the shower?
No, I don't know what I did. I think it was when I was playing. We were doing hacky sack races on Easter, and I fucking jumped and I landed on my back. I think I fucked myself up, but
yeah, I saw the whole fam there. Well, not the whole fam.
I don't know. We were right there by you, huh? I didn't even think about that.
I don't know. I was just joking.
I think we were actually. I think we were like it's like in San Dimas, that place.
What?
We're going.
We're in my stop. No, just kidding.
We are going to camp in the end of May. You should get a campsite near us. Come with us.
Where are you guys camping at?
Me and we're fucking. It's like that same spot, that same place. Some park right there in San Dimas.
Benelli Park.
I think so.
I didn't know you could camp there. That's cool. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I knew like they have like the fucking like big ass like park and the lake and shit. And there's a bunch of trials. There's a bunch of trails and shit. But I didn't know that you could camp. That's cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Should come through.
Yeah, I'm gonna come crash it. I wasn't invited to the last one. I'm just watching the tents like Godzilla going for Kong, bro.
Did you watch that?
Yeah,
you did.
Paul loves Godzilla, bro. And fucking like it. So like the dialogue parts, like with the people, are dumb, but like the fucking action and the fighting with the monsters, is so dope that it makes up for it. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like the monsters, especially with like the technology. Like, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, dude! Like, did you see King of Monsters, the one before this?
No.
Bro, watch that one. But
Shit,
watch it like don't watch it on your computer or some shit. Watch it on TV shit because like, dude, like. Or if you can go see this one. This one's playing in the movies now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, because like the action is in like with the monsters and shit, and the way it's done now is fucking dope. Like it kind of gives you like a feeling. Like it reminds me of like when we watched Cloverfield the first time. You know, like how you feel when you see these monsters, but it's fucking dope. Like it's cool. It's like
a whole new series of. It's like a whole new like genre of film, dude. Like that wild. It's almost like a video game. Like those movies, you know, they kind of
they're
just
cool.
dope.
I mean, Godzilla's been around for fucking ever, though. You know, like true. They have so.
I just mean this is like with the CGI and the action. Like there's like so much they can do now. Like it's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's and it looks crazy.
It's weird. Yeah. It's weird to hear like two, really admirable movie reviewers talking highly of CGI in films in the new age. You know, I feel like that was a weird way to say that. People hate on that shit. People hate it. I've heard so much people talk shit about how CGI is used now. And like how, Jurassic Park was like the ultimate best CGI because it was like half CGI, half, and a lot of it was real. And it was like not overdone. So there was like heart to it. And like and if you look at Jurassic Park, it fucking holds up. And there's something that does look much more authentic in the original Jurassic Park than in fucking the ones with Chris Pratt, the Bible thumper.
I like the one with Chris Pratt, actually.
I like it too. I do too. But I'm just saying the special effects.
He is a Bible thumper. I like he's a Bible thumper. He is. I didn't know that until recently. I was like, I didn't know he was all into this type of stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in homosexual marriage either.
Really? I didn't know that.
I think he came out and said something like that, or something. I don't know if he said that or something. It was being like equated that he thought that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if he's against it, but I think he said something about he just sticks to his Christian values or something. He said some sort of thing like that, and Twitter blew up with it. But I will say I do like the new Jurassic Parks. I like the new CGI. But if you look, like I'll show you a couple videos where this guy breaks it down. But it does the CGI from those days.
Park is dope.
Yeah, like if you would you ever do you think that like what do you think about that I did, how it's overly CGI now to where it's like almost doesn't even look real or like believable, and then compared to then.
I feel like as long as the movie, like I don't know, I feel like for me it's like if the movie's good and like it draws you in, like it's cool because like there are old movies who like I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head, but like the effects and shit aren't the best now, but because the movie's good,
like Jurassic Park
still I guess like it's not the best effects now, especially compared to everything else, but it's like I don't know, like if the story's good, I feel like it doesn't matter. So like with the new CGI, like as long as the story's good, like Avatar is like all CGI, you know, but that shit's amazing because that story is like fucking amazing, you know. So I mean, I don't know, it doesn't bug me, like you know, I don't care, like as long as it's like used, I guess. Well, like I love the King Kong and dude, the Godzilla King of Monsters, that shit's long, which sucks because there's a lot of talking, but when it gets down to like, because that one has all the monsters, that shit is, it's dope. It's cool. Oh, yeah. The girls, I don't know if the girls like that stuff, but they might like it. It's dope. It's cool.
Well, yeah, I think Mila would like it. I think Mila would like it. Fuck, what was I gonna say? God damn it, I lost my thought. Oh, so have you ever seen The Curious Case of Benjamin Button?
Yes. Yeah. Of course. Only once though.
A long
time ago.
Monica watched it one day, and I was like walking in and out of the living room, like looking at it, and I was like, I watched probably like half of it just from like walking in and out because I just kept wanting to see what the fuck. It looked funny. It didn't. I was laughing the whole time. Like I said, I watched like half of it in and out.
Okay,
but not really.
But that was the first time you've ever
even seen it on the TV. Yeah, it was like at first I was like, "What the fuck?" I was just making jokes and roasting it, and then kind of like it just grows on you, and you forget how stupid it looks. Like how it's like how dumb. This doesn't even make sense. It's like it's so stupid, and like the special effects are not. It's just it's unbelievable, but it's a good story, and it's
it's a little too long though. You know, like I would say, I never sat down. It's just like 3 hours, but it's like Jack. You remember Jack with Robin Williams in reverse? Like that's what the movie is.
Yeah.
You know? Wait,
no.
Yeah, wait. Jack in reverse. Yeah, because he starts out looking old, and then he gets younger.
So
yeah. How does he come out of the? How he come out the vagina?
He came out an old man. He's a tiny old man.
Okay, he came out a tiny old man. I'm trying to remember in the beginning. I was like, did he come out full grown? Like, you know, because old man is still bigger than a baby. Well, because like, you know, old man's still bigger than a newborn baby.
He was like a tiny old man, I think.
Yeah, he got a little baby old man.
Wouldn't he be born as dead? He's born as bones? He should be born as a skeleton. If he should have been aging,
I don't know.
Or dust. He should have been born as dust.
dust to dust. Yeah, I gotta watch that movie. I don't know. I don't remember. I kind of want to know now, like how he comes into the earth.
Dude, it was wild seeing fucking Jody's baby mama just taking care of this fucking
Is it Jody's baby mama?
Yeah, it's Regina. What's her name?
Taraji.
Taraji P. Is that who? Yeah.
Oh, dude, I like her a lot. She's in a lot of good movies.
It was wild.
She's dope.
You didn't notice I was her?
I mean, I haven't seen Benjamin Button since it came out. I don't even really remember it that well. I just remember like the ending when like he turns into a baby and then he dies as a baby, and it's like kind of sad because he's like a little baby, you know. But like that's all I really remember.
Oh, you're killing it! You killing this podcast right now, Smalls. Oh, you know what we should do? Lord of the Flies.
Bro, there's a movie, isn't there? I've never seen the movie.
I never read the book.
Is fuck. What? The book is great. Maybe I have seen the movie. I don't remember the movie.
I remember him crying when they broke his glasses. He's like, he's all fat.
Who, Piggy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking smash him with the boulder.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I should show that to Victoria.
Yeah, dude, you know what's weird is like I don't think they read that shit anymore in school. I'm like, dude, that book was like an interesting book, you know? Like if you're gonna make the kids read, like when I was that age, I wanted to read like violent shit, like at 12, 13, you know, you start getting into like I mean, we grew up with like I guess E-Bomb's World and fucking horror, what was
World
it?
Star.
Horror show, no, what was
Blood shows.
Blood shows. I've never
Rotten.com.
Yeah, so
we've seen
the internet's a wild place, dude. The internet's a wild place. I feel like, I mean, it is still wild, obviously. Like, but now you got to know where to find the wild. For a while, like it was wild everywhere, you know. Like it was a dangerous place. Like you know, it still
is. I mean, it's still. You could literally probably. You
just got to know where to look. I feel like, you know,
but you can buy people online. I'm pretty sure. Like.
Yeah, dude, the dark web.
I remember getting on the dark web, like going into Tor and everything in like 2009, 2010. And like, I remember being on the website where you can buy Bitcoin in 2009, bruh. If I would have bought Bitcoin at that time, if I would have put in even $100, I don't know how much that would be right now. I could, $100 would be huge.
Somebody told me, I don't know how recent this was. It was like almost up to, I think it was like 30,000, 32,000 per Bitcoin. And I remember, dude, seeing them too at one point, and they were like 25 cents for a Bitcoin. Like, I was like, fuck, dude, that's crazy. So like, dude, if you bought $100 times 32,000. So what is that? Like 3,200,000
from $100. If I would have just put it down while I was on that website.
Dude, I saw Dogecoin is going down.
If I would have just bought that baby.
If I would have just knuckled up the money, got that Bitcoin, got that baby. It's crazy. We watched a Vice thing once, and I don't remember what the fucking, if it was on HBO or on their YouTube, and it was all about like selling kids, and and like they went on like this undercover thing to meet these people at this restaurant, and like they were literally selling the baby, and they were like, oh yeah, we got it right here, like if you want to check out. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this shit is fucking, it's crazy, dude. It's so
Pizzagate.
Fucking crazy.
Pizzagate
Dude,
is real.
Pizzagate.
I don't even eat pizza.
I don't even eat pizza.
I ain't fucking no kids. Fuck pizza.
That's it. That shit's crazy, dude. I remember at first, like, I don't know, like it sounds so dumb. I don't know why they had named it that, you know?
I think it was because it was the you know what it was, a pizza place.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And then there was emails where they would talk about pizza, exchanging pizza and shit like that, and didn't make no fucking sense. Like, we need 5 black pizzas and 3 white pizzas or some shit like that. Make sure that it's not too old. Like the weird code language they used. And it was supposedly a lot of it was going through a pizza place in New York, I think.
Is it real?
A real pizza place. Yeah, there's been times where people have gone there, psychos and are like crazy fucks.
Like, what do you think? Did you read it? I don't know. I remember hearing about it, and it kind of sounded ridiculous. Because I mean, either way, I know all these people are fucking like, not all of them, but a lot of them have their hands in like some of this fucking weird shit. Especially like the more money they have, and like the higher up they are, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like, I definitely believe in that, but like, I didn't know. Like, the premise to me sounded so dumb that I never really looked into it. But maybe that could be me, you know. So did you look?
I've seen emails, like screenshots of emails and things like that about like weird language that like Hillary Clinton used or Obama used or something like that, and how it doesn't make any fucking sense. And I've never really gotten too deep into like whether I would believe it or not. Like, you know, I mean, either way, I would never say that I wouldn't go one way or the other, but I lean more towards that. There's definitely like some weirdo shit that happened probably with Bill Clinton. And I think that Hillary probably knows. I think there's something super evil and vile with them. I'm not too sure because there's so much coincidences and like the language that they both that I've seen Hillary use or whatever. But also I think that a lot of it could be not necessarily them wanting to like, you know, molest kids, but it could be like, hey, I want some fucking weed. You know, can you get me some like fucking drugs? Drugs. It could be I don't know it could be a lot of, you know, things that people might want. You know,
it is true. And like, if you like, cause like I never thought about that though too. Cause I did hear the basic premise that it was like, there was like weird language that made it sound like, they were doing other things, But yeah, like they could be like, like, I bet you these fucking people do a shitload of drugs, dude. Some of them,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's kind of wild in Up in Smoke. I never noticed how much they actually talk or show the use of other drugs. Like he's fucking on heroin in the end when he's like when she has to carry him into the show. I never noticed that. And then she's like, he's just on uppers, and then they do coke.
Oh yeah, because she gives him the wrong shit.
Yeah,
right?
he's all fucking. Yeah, it's hard to catch that because it's really
and then dude, they do a lot of shit because then they do acid in the beginning, and then the part where she sniffs the Ajax.
Oh yeah,
I just like how she.
Yeah.
So it was, I like how we came back to it. That's good. That's good. Good segue. It's been everywhere.
Oh shit! What was also funny that I thought was real funny was how legitimately lit that show was. Like that performance and that song at the end. I actually really was like, "Mama, come on, wanna show me how to live."
That was another part I liked about the movie. Like the music was dope,
was great.
Yeah, like they're cool. Like I like the music they do, and then like I said, I've obviously everybody's heard the Mexican Americans. Like even though it's funny, like it's a dope song though too. Like even though it's supposed to be funny, like it's cool,
Yeah.
But then that song at the end they play was fucking dope, and I like how he's wearing the tutu and shit, and like they're playing. Like I was like, this shit's badass,
Oh yeah,
it's cool. Like that's. I don't know. Yeah. I like the movie.
I think it's worth noting that that the direct, there's some sort of, like I mentioned to you, that the directing, the editing, writing somehow it wasn't cohesive, and it didn't like stand the test of time. And it's not, when it comes to just a legitimate movie, it's not, up there in the upper echelon of movies. It's a great movie. We enjoyed it or whatever, but I think it's definitely worth noting. I think we might have maybe went a little too hard in the beginning, but I think.
Yeah, I felt that way too. I was like, man, like shit, we don't. Like, man, like we're just going in on them,
Yeah. No, it was a really fun movie. There's a lot of fucking hilarious parts, like the great outdoors. I love that part. I've said that. You don't remember that when Strawberry goes outside? He walks outside when he goes to take him to get weed, and he just walks out and he's like, the great outdoors for no reason. That shit is so funny. That part to me is so funny. He's just like, why the? There's a lot of weird like moments like that. It just stuck with me forever. Like, and there's like, what did he say? The way he's talking to the cop, and he says, it's back there on the license plate or some shit like that. Like, a lot of those jokes just are like, I don't know, really funny, but I don't know if they're really funny because it just takes me back to this nostalgic place. But
no, dude.
I think
some of it was really funny. Yeah. I think we're both just high too, but I think I started to talk about it. But they're dude, they are funny together. Like like I said, I kind of want to watch their stand up. There's a
DVD or a movie where they literally do it. I bet it's just on YouTube. I'll try to find that and see if I can send it to you or whatever. But yeah, either way,
there was oh, dude, this is one thing I wanted to bring up. Did you know that originally the dude Lou Adler wanted there to be a different ending? That so Chong said that originally, so I have it written down right here. Mm-hmm. It says the way it went was that it was going to go back to the scene where the cop pulled him over in the beginning, and then when they rolled down the window of the smoke, and then we were going to find out that it was all kind of like none of the other shit really ever happened. It was all just kind of like a dream sequence. But Chong said that I guess he went to, let me see. He said when he was a sophomore in high school that they taught him to never, like, the only thing you can't end a story with is like, and then I woke up, to make it sound like, because, I do feel like.
Is that cliche?
Yeah, but honestly, though, I'm not going to lie. With this type of movie, the way it was strung together, that actually wouldn't have been a bad ending for the movie. Like, it actually would have been a really good ending for the movie. But I do see what Chong's saying, though, because, like, in some movies, it could be, like, a cheap out way of trying to, like, forego logic in the movie by saying, oh, it was all fake anyways. But, like, it actually would have worked well with this because there was no logic in the movie. It was just flowing. It felt like a dream. It was very dreamy.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
Yes. That's a good. Yes.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, man, it was a good choice either way. And then it's just happy 420, everybody. You know,
happy 420. Absolutely. You know what we probably could have done this and the Up in Smoke tour in one episode. No, we already over an hour and 15. Actually, we covered that for a while. But I just realized that Up in Smoke tour DVD is named after the movie. I never even noticed a connection there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It probably is.
Yeah,
it probably
is. Chong emceed it, didn't he? Or wasn't he there?
I don't know. Maybe
not. I was young. I remember watching the Up in Smoke tour DVDs at my grandma's house in fucking North Hollywood when I got in trouble. My mom sent me away for like weeks. And I fucking watched it on a PS1 or a PS2 and fucking just watched it over and over and over and just like was like pretending like I was smoking weed and shit.
That's the best when it's cold outside. We used to get stoned when it was cold outside.
Remember when the first time we tried to smoke weed and we fucking rolled it in the printer paper?
Yeah, and then we lit it on the stove.
Yeah, and we tried to smoke it on the side of the house. Yeah. Oh shit, dude! Frankie and Tiffany were there at my house that day. Yeah,
that time.
Yeah,
that time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I remember like
Daniel. No, we were with Daniel.
Daniel was there too. I think it was all 5 of us. Maybe
that's funny.
Yeah, pretty sure. Because I remember them being like, "You guys are crazy," or like not like that we're stupid, or like not being like down.
That didn't work. That was stupid. I remember it didn't work at all.
That was some fire stress. That's what it was called. That's what they called it. He called it. That's all it to us. It's fire stress, not like fire stress, but it's called like the strain is fire stress.
Remember being at Patrick's house? Not Patrick.
Oh my God,
Romero's, but the other Patrick's, and then but Patrick Romero was with us.
Yeah,
and then dude, I remember, that was the first time I think that was the first time I ever got like fucked up. I feel like. Yeah, because I remember I felt like I didn't know where I was. Like, remember we got that White Widow and we paid so much, like
$75 or $80, I think, something like that. No,
yeah, something like that. Because it was Patrick's friend, or one of their friends, and I remember they got it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I didn't know anything, at the time. I was like, I didn't even know how much an eighth was. I was like, "Oh shit!" Yeah. For me, an eighth seemed like the most in the world at that time,
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing it and thinking, like, why did we even get this?
This is too much. God, this is for weeks, months.
For weeks. Where am I gonna hide this? I can't take this home. But fucking.
Yeah, we were hallucinating that night. Legit. Like I remember we were standing around that pool table, and Dakota had a pool table that was just like that. And and I said, "Dude, are we at Dakota's?" And we both looked at each other, and I felt like for a second we were transported there.
Like, yeah, you confused me. I thought we were at Dakota's.
That's so weird.
I remember that. Yeah, dude.
And then one of them, was playing Rock Band, just standing there all serious playing it. Remember? I'll never get that visual out of my head. We couldn't stop laughing at him.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Oh my God. Good times.
Man, that was good times.
The first time I got super stoned, I smoked a fucking entire eighth of an entire gram blunt of sour diesel. We were after I worked at Wendy's, and I fucking smoked it, and I legit was hallucinating, and I started running and freaking out and banging on windows in this apartment complex.
Yeah.
And then it like all of a sudden, then I just realized, I can't feel this way, and instantly, like it was just over. It was so weird. Like I was just like snapped out of it. It was weird.